Did you know that Vol'Jin has a son? Or had a son, anyway. And his name was Yaniku. Yaniku is apparently Vol'Jin's youngest son, although I couldn't really find information on any of his other so-called sons. But Yaniku was sent off to live with the Gurubashi tribe, as was custom for the jungle trolls. And when Vol'Jin left Durotar with Thrall in Warcraft 3, he also lost contact with Yaniku. Nimboya, a Darkspear troll, was sent from Orgrimmar by Vol'Jin to Stranglethorn to find out what happened to his son. And, of course, you the player are the one who goes out and actually looks for him. Nimboya will send you to investigate the Bloodscalp tribe and kill a bunch of them so he can look at their skulls to see if Yaniku was one of them. Yeah, that quest didn't really make sense to me. But eventually, he'll tell you to do something actually useful and go out and kill a witch doctor from the Bloodscalp tribe. That way you can force his spirit to give you information on Yaniku. Turns out, the witch doctor does know what happened to him, but won't talk until you go out and collect some skulls for him to have as servants in the afterlife or something. Anyways, he'll eventually tell you, young Yaniku is lost to his clan. He was taken by the witch doctor Zanzil the Outcast. Now Zanzil controls him, body and soul, and only the most potent magic could set him free. Zanzil the Outcast is a powerful exiled Gurubashi troll, who was kicked out of the Gurubashi tribe for experimenting with a potion that would turn whoever it was used on super strong, but also lower their intelligence to the point where they were almost mindless. So he basically created a potion that created super strong mind slaves. Very similar to zombies, but not 100% really. He also had a tendency to experiment on anyone nearby, which is what caused the Gurubashi tribe, a pretty crazy tribe in their own right, to kick him out. But when the Gurubashi tried to unite all the trolls to take over the world in Cataclysm, Jindo invited Zanzil back into the Gurubashi to help him revive some other powerful trolls, and Zanzil even appears as a boss in Zul'Gurub, along with Jindo. That is to say, if Zanzil got his hands on Yaniku, he's probably as good as dead. But there is hope. You could, at the very least, free his soul from his body. So you're sent out to another troll who helps you create a soul stone, and then you go out and look for Yaniku. Yaniku, as it turns out, was sent out by Zanzil to try to get the Skull Splitter tribe to join Zanzil's army. When you come up to them, you see that negotiations did not go well, and the chief of the Skull Splitter tribe is trying to take Yaniku for himself. After you kill the chief, you can then use the soul stone to set Yaniku free from Zanzil's control. Then, once you go back and hand Nimboya the soul stone, he'll say, "You've done it. You've freed Yaniku from the will of Zanzil and the tyranny of the Skull Splitter, and completed the mission I had thought was so hopeless. Zanzil still looms a threat in the Cape of Stranglethorn, but for now, I at least know that the soul of my chief's son is free." And that's it as far as Yaniku's story goes. Poor kid, got turned into a mind slave. Vol'Jin's family does not have good luck when it comes to these kinds of things. Pretty much everyone related to Vol'Jin is dead, lore-wise now. Until we find out about his other sons, maybe. After all, it is stated that Yaniku is Vol'Jin's youngest. Also, a little bit of fun trivia. Nimboya, the quest giver who tells you to go out and do everything, used to refer to Yaniku as his own son at the end of the quest chain, with him saying, "I at least know that my son's soul is free." This bit of dialogue was later changed sometime after the Cataclysm Old World rework to, "I at least know that the soul of my chief's son is free." Which makes sense, seeing as he was sent there to investigate Vol'Jin's son, not his own. But the mistake dialogue kind of rolls off the tongue better than the second, so I can kind of understand the mistake. Also, Zanzil the Outcast has an error in his dungeon journal description. The description says that Zanzil was exiled from the Skull Splitter tribe. You know, the tribe that he was trying to get Yaniku to join him in the quest chain. Despite the fact that a quest, Jindo the Godbreaker, and Zanzil himself pretty much say that he was exiled from the Gurubashi. in various different points throughout the game. Just take a look at this piece of dialogue in-game. Jin the Hexter, it's been a while since I've seen that mask. What brings you out to my part of Stranglethorn? I am not accustomed to taking visitors from the esteemed Zol Gurub. You know well enough why I'm here, Zanzil. The Gurubashi have fallen on hard times. I live, and Mandokur has returned, but the rest of us are gone. What a shame, but not a concern for an old exile like Zanzil. Well, Zanzil, I'd like to make it your concern. I've recovered the bodies of High Priestess Jeklik and High Priest Phenoxus. I remembered what you could do with those elixirs of yours. Can your elixirs help an old friend? Friend? You were among those who spit and threw stones, Jindo. But let's let bygones be bygones, eh? So, you bat and you snake need Zanzil's help? Very well. I'll see you inside Zol Gurub, old friend. Also, another little note about Zanzil. He apparently has low self-esteem and no friends. That's why he was so willing to help Jindo, even though he was part of the trolls who kicked him out of the Gurubashi. Just because he called him a friend.